All right, it's time to get started. Hello, everybody. How are we doing this evening? Welcome, welcome one, welcome all. Everybody, come on in, have a seat. I forgot to upload the videos to get everything going, but here we are right now. We got a good treat tonight. This is gonna be a good show. We got some talent, and you know what I forgot to do? Look at this, just like I always do. Let's make sure that everything is right because I forgot to do one thing. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to make some space. Ace of space. Ace of base, right? Is that how that? No, it's ace of base, right? All right, here we go. I forgot to make some space for this show because it's going to be great. It's an IndieGoGo episode, and we all know how I love IndieGoGo. And we all know how IndieGoGo has been helping me get in my career going again. All right, Night of the Living Dreads podcast. Good evening. Otis B Dreds will be with us. Dreads will be with us. Hey, Morgan. We'll be talking about you and your movie a lot. We're dropping it down. Hello. How are we doing? So welcome real quick. We're going to do the intro to my show. This is my Manic Mondayz, the movies and mental health show. I'm your host, CJ Robles. I am a filmmaker, podcaster, animator, just actor, whatever. A person that enjoys just doing things. We got everybody here now. All right, cool. So we got the whole classes here today. But let's get a little start what I've been up to, because so I've taken a pause. Not a pause, but I had to take just a lot of my schedule right now for the last since March. It's been like work, and then fun, and then work, fun, work, fun, and so it's like. Now I'm starting to like kind of make more space and more time for other things. And one thing I did do was the podcast studio. So it is right there in the backyard, looking nice, getting ready. The AC works. All I have to do is now I put like 40 minutes in. It's gonna take me less than 4 hours of work, Omar. I know you're hearing this. It's gonna take me less than 4 hours of work. So it's right about an hour and a half of work left, and it's basically just gonna be texturizing and coloring. But the studio is going to be up and running. I should be in there right now, but I'm in the kitchen because I want to make sure I have a strong Wi-Fi a connection because, we got the show. I got guests. We got people we got to talk about. We got some things to get started. But basically, this past weekend we had a mustache situation. So one of the days we went around town and it was just mustache day. Basically, this guy, he made me kind of put the mustache on, and we went around town. So we did. Didn't really get any footage of that or video, but we were just having fun. And then one of the days we got to go to Jurassic Quest. So that was fun. I spent a whole day there. And then this past weekend, where's at the water park again? So it's just water park every weekend. It's the funnest. Here we got some people. What's up? Hey, how you doing? Hey. What's up? Oh, got families up in here. All right. So, thank you for coming. So this episode today is going to be dedicated to an IndieGoGo campaign because, that's what we do here. A friend of mine of the show, we all know he's no stranger, Shaun Smithson, is a part of a good cast of creators and filmmakers, and they're going to make an awesome movie, and we're going to help them grow their IndieGoGo Campaign, because I am in some movies coming up soon. So before we talk about the ones I'm in, let's just talk about the one we're here for, because I already got everybody in the green room. I don't want to keep them waiting. I thought I was going to do 5 to 7 minutes, but I can't do it. Let's get everybody in on the show already. That's way that way we get started. We can get talking about Hellvira and how we got here tonight's episode. So without further ado, I'm going to drop everybody in, and then we're just going to go in and say hi to everybody. So we're going to start off with the man himself, Shaun Smithson. What's up, brother?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up? What's up? And then we got Michael McGlynn.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Hey, hey, hey. And she showed up a little bit late, but she's here, Chanda Rawlings. Hello, how are we doing?
Hello, hello.
Hey,
And
Chanda.
Hi.
last but not least, we got Otis B Dreds. What's up, brother?
What's happening? Speaking of mustaches, boy, you should have been there for the old mustache thing that CJ showed us. That there's pictures there.
Yeah.
I thought of you. That was crazy.
Yeah. Well, Michael showed up with the mustache, and I was like, "What's kind of a little topic we're having tonight?"
Right.
Fantasy and playing around and just being able to create just out of it, just ideas, And movies is one of my favorite things I like to do. I always feel I like to watch and make them anything I can, anything I can do support or anything I can just watch. Movies were made to be watched, and here I have a cast here for this movie. So I don't know, where do you guys want to go with this? It's an IndieGoGo campaign, so at any time anybody has any questions out there about any perks or any specific things with the actual campaign, please let us know. But for the most part, I like to get to know a little bit more about the cast. So how did we all get started? How did this come to part? How did we get here?
Bone Ripper, go ahead, buddy.
I think Michael started from the beginning of it.
Oh, okay.
So
Put you on the spot.
he's a main character, one of the main characters.
I met Morgan. I wasn't a part of the film, but I was following his very first short film called Wicked Jack, and I really loved the concept for it. I thought it was really cool. I actually donated to it, and when I donated to it, Morgan and I started to talk a lot. And I really liked him. I loved his passion, and I loved the angle he was going with. And then he told me about Hellvira, and I really got excited about that one because I was just like, oh my God, it's like Harley Quinn and Killjoy had a love child, and this is what we got. And like just the concept, the script. I mean, my wife was reading the script with me, and there were so many times throughout she was just constantly giggling and laughing. She's like, yeah, this is actually pretty good. And I'm like, I know, right? And then I helped Morgan with Hellvira's campaign, help getting the word out and everything. And Morgan then said, hey, I want you to be in the film. I want you to be this guy named Jax. One of the guys that Hellvira goes and meets up with and kind of playfully torments him, for her personal fun and enjoyment. And then he just kept on adding more. And then he actually saw me do a gimmick where I played a horror hostess called El Micah, kind of like an Elvira version. And he actually liked that one. He goes, how would you feel about doing a second role as her? And of course, I said yes to that because I love letting my inner goofy and weirdness out. And I had a lot of fun on that set. It was such a good time. Morgan was just so excited about that film. I mean, it was like every time he got done filming, like he heard the one thing I don't see too many directors say, which is like, I can't wait to get home and start editing this.
Yeah.
I'm like, most directors I know are like, God, no, not editing.
Yeah, that's like, hey, Michael. So when you said you were purchased from the first IndieGoGo, what is that something you've always wanted to do? Have you always been an actor? Was it something you always wanted to do? Was it movies, or where did that I guess inspiration, or where did that get you to be like, I want to be part of that?
Oh, well, like with acting in general, like I did a bunch of drama and theater sports, which is kind of like Whose Line Is It Anyway? But you went up against different colleges when I was in college. And then I kind of took a deviation. I found a new passion that I really got into, which is good. It's a completely opposite side of the spectrum, but I got really passionate about cage fighting. And I actually became a cage fighter for about 16 years.
Oh, wow.
And I ended up being actually a UFC trainer for a while too. I trained some former UFC champions and some former Ultimate Fighter alumni winners. Like my first Muay Thai sparring partner was Brandon the Truth Vera, who was the former UFC heavyweight champion. I also worked with Ryan Hall, who actually just he won the Ultimate Fighter, the Conor McGregor versus Uriah Hall season. And he also, about a year and a half ago, tapped out the legendary BJ Penn in one of his fights. But then I suffered a neck injury, and I didn't know what to do with myself. And my wife said, "Why don't you just try doing horror?" And I came across this one local group in town, and I decided to try to be a perk buyer with them. And they absolutely loved me to death, and I loved them. And then before I knew it, they were giving me more parts in the movie I was playing. And then by the end of it, they're like, you're like here every morning before anyone shows up, and you're like the last to leave every evening. Do you just want to be our producer now? And of course, I did that, and I loved it so much. And I felt like I really helped out a lot, and I had so much more energy and love to give. I wanted to give it out to others, and I started working with other people. And I saw Morgan, and I liked what he was doing a lot. And I was like, you know what, this is a guy I want to go do some work with as well. And I am so happy I did. Like I said, I loved his concept, and I think what I loved the most about his last film, Hellvira, is that it's not like your typical horror film at all. I mean, there's really no kills in it. I mean, it's more comical humor than anything, but yet it's like you didn't need it, and it was still such an entertaining film.
Yeah, so you're talking about Hellvira on the Run, right?
Yep.
So if you go to the IndieGoGo campaign, there it is.
Yeah.
And on the link, there's the short they made. It's about 25 minutes long. I enjoyed it. I thought not only was it well made, the animation was great. It was very, very, yeah. Your character is played very subtle. They're very the straight man, straightforward guy. And I gotta say, Stabby the Clown kind of. If anybody watching it, Stabby really like steals the show for me. And then you do have the voiceover of Mr. Bone Ripper there. He makes the appearance, and it's something that when I was watching, I was like, this is good, this is awesome, this is actually something that you guys can have like a good piggyback off of, because the quality of that short movies, as it's shown, that it shows like a lot of love in it, or a lot of attention, so that it means that your movie is gonna have a lot of good quality to it, opposed to like I feel like some people are like, just we're just gonna make a movie, let's get there. I like the run and gun, but like you still got to put a little gourmet into it. And I see as I was looking at this, I was like, damn, this is cool. Like this is a really good what do you call it, a short. I mean, even the way you're right, it's like a fantasy storytelling horror, like short. And I gotta say, but just I don't know, I fell for it. I thought it was great. I got here Michael is the GOAT by Mr. Nanners. Mr. Nanners is Mr. Nanners is in the movie. Wow, I can't believe he's there.
I'm sorry, excuse me one quick second. You all keep going. I'll be right back.
All right, cool. We got hey guys, good to see you all there. John Manis, KT. Hey, look who it is. Familiar face. Joe Ridgely's in the house. Good evening. Watch Hellvira at MegaCon in Orlando at the Film Fest. Oh man, let us know what you thought, Joe. Joe's from the Indie Escape Network.
Very cool. Joe liked it.
Yeah. So Tanya here says the TV announcer was my favorite.
I think she might be a little partial. It's my sister. I did not. I swear I didn't pay her to say that either.
But no, what you got there?
Bones.
Oh yes, in your bones.
That's awesome.
What makes Morgan even more awesome? There was a certain character that on Hellvira on the Run that I absolutely loved and adored, and I begged Morgan, please, can I keep it? Can I keep it? Can I keep him? And of course, he was like, "We'll see." And then one day, I came home from work and
how did you send that message, Mr.
Nanners came home to me.
Nice.
That's how awesome Morgan is. I mean, Morgan treats his talent really, really great. And if you give him all he has, he will give you all he has right back for you. And you can't ask for any more than that in your writer and your director.
Yeah. I was through IndieGoGo. I did a movie in LA called Pancake Man, and that's a Bron Theron movie, and he's one of the director's producers. But one of the things I loved about him, when I met him, he introduced me to everybody on set. Like, he took the time to let me to introduce me to everybody, to make sure I was welcome, felt welcome there. And I was like, dude, this is awesome. Like, I'm like, I gotta do this on my set. Everybody, we're meeting everybody. Like, we're gonna have some. Like, I thought that was cool. All right, so who do I gotta pick on next? Who we doing? Who wants to speak up? I want to know more about the. I want to know more about the movie, your part, your contribution. How do we get here? You want to do? We can do Dave. You know what? This is.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Or Mr. Nanners. This is my show, and I'm going to put someone on the spot. We're gonna have to isolate somebody, and when I isolate you, you're going to have to talk. I think I'm just gonna go here. Hello. How are you doing, Chandra?
I knew it was going to be me.
It's the only way.
I know I'm like kind of the shy one in the group, so.
I got to pull you out. This is
yes. Hi.
How are we doing? Please. This is your first time on my Manic Mondayz. This is the movie and mental health. So if you feel like you want to talk about any movies outside of the IndieGoGo, feel free. But we're here to talk about your contribution and what you're doing on the Hellvira haunted asylum of horror.
Yes. I actually started following the Hellvira short, and that's how I kind of got to know about Morgan and this particular project. And I contributed to the very first IndieGoGo. I thought it was an incredible concept. Not only that, me and Mike know each other very well, so I was really excited when he became involved in it too. So I absolutely love the concept. And when role opened up to be auditioned for, I was like, I think I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. So I did, and here I am. I am Nurse Daphne.
All right. So I don't mean, without giving us too much, this character you will be playing, Nurse Daphne. What is she? What's her thing?
She is the very sensual girlfriend of Mr. Nanners.
Enough said.
Naughty nanners.
Naughty nanners.
Naughty nanners.
I'm a little bit jealous that Mike has him. Like, I'm about to come over your house and get my nanny poo. That's my nanny Ken.
She already has a relationship by nanny poo.
Old nanny poo.
That's awesome. That's what makes it. I mean, this is I guess what I'm also getting from y'all, just a great cast. People already getting to enjoying the company of each other. This is what I like to see. I've been on a lot of movie sets that where a lot of people were took it too serious, and it kind of rubbed off on me. And then as I kind of got older, and I was like, nah, it doesn't have to be like this. Let's just see how we figure this out. And I love seeing that. The camaraderie there is great. It says here, Chandra gave us a stunning audition, and I loved it. Mr.
Oh, thanks, Nanny Ken.
I don't know. Dating him, I guess, kind of helps out a little bit. Naughty nanners. Yeah, but that's great that you're here. You're part of it. Have you done any acting prior to this?
I have. I actually started. I think I'm like 3.5 years in. The very first project I worked on was Bloody Summer Camp with Mike, actually. That's where him and I first started working together. And basically since then, we've been like 10 projects together.
Did you say, I'm going to look at a Bloody Summer Camp?
Yep.
Oh, I want to know what this is all about.
Oh my gosh, yes, please check it out, man.
This is where I get education.
Yes.
Because I did contribute to one Killer Campout too.
Hey, I was part of that too.
Yeah, you're cool. Yeah, this is I tried so my whole concept, my whole idea was in 2020 because my son's 5 now, but I've been putting all my time into him. So at certain points, I was like, I cannot really audition. I can't really do any jobs. So in 2022, I was like, you know what? if I can't, I found out about IndieGoGo, and if I can't be in any movies, I'll just start helping, because I was spending a lot of time in the horror conventions, and I just realized how supportive they were, and I was like, I need to support horror films, independent films, and then it came back to me because a lot because I did the Killer Camp Out to somebody reached out to me and put me in their movie, so it's been cool, I've been able to travel, but yeah, these I like these styles of 80s styles of horror they're bringing back, and they're getting it right. It's pretty cool how it feels like it just feels like the movie was digitalized, but I would love to watch it in grain with VHS, just like a little blurb scene. I was like, wow, they really got that. But that's cool that I love that it's everything kind of piggybacks. So, are you still doing what do you call it? As you said, you're just 3 years in. Are you doing anything in the future? Have anything else lined up after this, or is just kind of right now just focusing on this?
I am currently filming The Slasher Nurse. That actually I'll be filming this coming weekend with them. And I just went blank. I'm like, what else do I have this year?
I know I have some stuff, and I forget until someone brings it up to me, and they're like, "Hey, I was listening to your show," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta get back to these people." I did do. I mean, I'm like, have you been following this show? I'm like 3 weeks behind on something. I did a IndieGoGo for Amityville Ripper, and I went to my 20. They sent me the dialogue, and I got it, and I was like, cool, I'll send it to you this weekend. And I went to my 20-year high school reunion, and I lost my voice for like 10 days. I partied pretty damn hard, I guess.
Oh no!
I guess I was thinking I was in my 20s again, and it really. But I felt like such an embarrassment, like such a jackass, because I was like, damn it, I just told them like, yeah, I'll get to you in a couple of days, and now I'm like, I got nothing.
Oh no!
And then here's the that's just kind of what they gave me off the IndieGoGo, the Amityville Ripper. So it's the
oh,
Amityville
that's
horror.
cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, I got a voiceover. So I'm trying to get that tomorrow, or I have or Wednesday. I'm off Wednesday. But I like that. I heard a little story about somebody that they had to do a voiceover thing, and they were kind of feeling low. They didn't really know what to do with. Had a conversation with somebody, so they went and did it, and it worked out for them. And that little birdie was this gentleman right here, Shaun. How's it going?
Yeah. Man, where do I start?
In the beginning.
Okay. Well, it was 1977. No.
Not that far.
Okay, not that far. All right. Well, yeah. Pretty much the same thing. With Wicked Jack. That was actually my very first. I think it was, he did it on Kickstarter. It was the very first time I ever donated to anything, and because I loved what he was doing with it, and I knew it was going to be a great story with it, and then followed him since, and then I think what was it? Within 24 hours of him doing the Hellvira on the Run. And then he put the perk for it was actually a Nasty Stalker is what the perk was for. And I was like, I got to do that. Because I'd never done anything like this ever in my life. So
you
like,
figured a Nasty Stalker would be a really good way to keep your foot in the door.
Yeah. So I figured it'd be fun, and then
right in the old wheelhouse, huh?
Yeah, I was like just throw myself into it.
Yeah,
and I got really nervous when I had to start recording, and it was almost to where I was this close to saying, Morgan, let's just pass it on to somebody else. But a good friend of mine, Steve Hansen, gave me a call because I made a post saying, man, I don't know if I can do this, and I don't want to mess up his movie. And he gave me a call, and within a half hour, I had my recording done for him, and he loved it. So, and it was fun too.
That's awesome. Dude.
Complete opposite of who I am. So that's what made it fun too. So,
hey, Shaun, throw that in there.
Yeah.
Hey, Shaun, can you show us the shirt you're wearing?
Yeah.
There it is. So now, is that on a perk? Can anybody purchase this shirt from IndieGoGo, or is that just kind of something you guys have?
I think he sells this.
He's got a
from us. Yeah, he's got a link I'll have to, if he's in here, he might be able to share the link to get
Oh yeah,
merch.
no, if you got it,
From.
I'll just kind of little conversation here so we can
Yeah.
kind of focus in a little bit more. Not focus, but
Uh,
I like what y'all guys have to offer because your film will
uh,
actually be shot here in Texas.
yeah.
Yep.
So that's
Yep.
pretty cool. So
Yeah.
I'm already here.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think it's easier. I'm gonna get Shaun to fly in over here to Austin, and I'm gonna drive him out there. I got family in West Texas and San Angelo and all that. No, or where all are headed. So now let's talk about that real quick. Travel. Y'all are gonna be filming in San Angelo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yep. I believe so.
is this the first time that some of y'all been to Texas, or is this like gonna be kind of like I don't know, a first time experience for like I guess being on set out of state?
I've driven through Texas quite a few times, but
Yeah,
never
same.
been able to.
I spent a little bit of time down there as my mother-in-law before she passed away years ago. She lived down, I want to say, Weatherford,
Okay.
just outside of Fort Worth, I believe.
Yeah.
We spent a little bit of time visiting out there, but that's probably the extent of me. Yeah. So it really, I guess it'd be like the second time, actually hanging out in Texas, but first time on any set.
It'll actually be my this will be my second film I've done in Texas. Last I think it was a year, maybe a little over a year ago. Actually, was the opening kill scene for the Sawyer massacre.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
My first time in Texas. I'm excited.
All right. Yeah. I mean, just it's not the best parts of Texas, but it is Texas, so we'll be having a good time. Like yeah, like you'll have a good time there. Actually, like I like that part too because depending on how what y'all use, or there's a lot of like old timey stuff in those cities. So
Interesting.
Okay.
they probably get some good locations depending on what y'all doing. I mean, y'all could be indoor the whole time, but it's got a different feel for it. So that's cool. So I welcome y'all ahead of time. Welcome to the South.
Thank you.
Yep.
So you're Southwest, I guess, is what we're more for. Hey, Sean, I forgot I got Mr. Nanners left you a message here. There he goes, pervert for the soccer role.
Sorry.
Let's see. So John here says, I've been a fan and supporter of Morgan from the start. Also, love his vision and ideas. I'm very excited to see Hellvira when it's done. Now,
Yeah.
now,
He
now
does an amazing idea and story with everything with this. He really does.
now, now does when it comes to what do you call it? I guess it'd be like if Morgan were to just talk to you about something, you'd just be like, yes, like let's do it, like because he's got. I mean, if he could get movies done, I just think anybody who knows how to get the work done to just get, doesn't matter like how it ends, just getting from the A to B or A beginning to end. I worship you because it's hard. I have a podcast called Side by Side Movies. A buddy of mine and I, we've been doing it for 3 years now, and we give scores. We're critics in a way, but we're filmmakers, so it's like we're kind of, you can critique us as well. But I always say that we can't give a 0 score because if you get a movie done, you automatically get a point. Like you automatically because it's so hard just to get a movie done, just to even talk about it, just to think about it, just to manifest it. And you guys are already this far, you're going forward. So I guess let's do the final intro here. Let's do Mr. Otis over here. Let's talk about you, and then we'll go talk a little bit more about the campaign. But let's talk about you, sir. How do we you got a good voice there? You've done some narration we spoke to last time. Like how do we get to know more about you? What's up with with Dreads?
What? There's so many things you're throwing at me, man. Look, yeah, I did the little TV announcer for Win a Day with Hellvira, and I just kind of, if I remember correctly, Morgan can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I just asked, hey man, if you ever need any kind of voiceovers and any of your projects or whatnot, let me know. I believe that's how it came about, and he mentioned that he had that little part there, so I throw them together, and it's funny, Shaun. I remember when you were, feeling a little, oh, I don't know about this, because we even chatted a little bit on, Messenger, and it's like, yeah, it is. It's nervous as hell, no matter how many times you do it.
Yeah.
It is, because you want to get it just right, for the director, and you want to try and get it done in just a few takes. Although that never works, because I'm my worst
No.
critic. So I and the funny thing is, I stressed over it. I'm like, oh man, is this going to be good enough? Am I giving him what he wants? I sent it to him. He was like, outstanding, Otis. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I thought that was horrible. So I was just like so unnecessarily hard on myself, and I just, I guess you just got to relax, and just let it flow, man. Nanners, I don't think Nanners needs any coffee.
So that's what. So is the Hellvira on the Run and the Hellvira's Haunted Asylum? Is it going to be like the same vibe? We're going to get the animation that we got from the first one. Is it going to be a lot like y'all?
I'm thinking so.
Because that was. I mean, I really like that.
I think imagine the one and jack it up to 10, because this is longer than the first one. There's even more crazy characters that he's born right this. Obviously can't say much on the matter, because I know, and I don't want him to kill me. But I think everyone's going to be in for a really big treat. I mean, I think if I'm not mistaken, like either almost everybody or the entire cast that you saw in the last Hellvira is going to be back on for this.
Awesome.
And they're all amazing. I mean, and even the new faces we have. I mean, Shaun. I mean, I was the same way. I was talking to Shaun a lot, and Morgan let me see like some of the beginning of it. And I even hit him up. I was like, dude, I got to see some of the rough cut. I can't say much, but all I'm going to say is you have nothing to worry about, man.
Nice.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Really gonna roll in this one. I watched it 3 times and I'm still laughing at your bit. This is cool. And Otis, oh my lord. It took me a few moments to put 2 and 2 together, because I was even asking Morgan when we had like a few meetings. I was like, who's this Otis guy? The one that talks and looks like Tommy Chung. He's like, that's the narrator. I'm like, get out of here.
When you thought I always talk like this, man.
You did that earlier. No, I did. Right now, when I said what's with the dreads, I was looking at your name, because it's like, who's dreads, but not the actual hair. But dude, yeah, from what I saw, and then you're bringing everybody back. Like, it's like, oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a great way to just be in a fun movie. But let me see. Let me get the campaign in a little bit. Let's kind of brush over it, and I would like for anybody to go back and watch this to see, like, if anything, when we end this show, and then Morgan or if y'all do something else, they have somewhere to come back and be like, oh, this is how they did it. Because I would like for people, like, the one thing about my show is, like, I learn as we go. And I would like for other people to learn. So if there's anybody out there, like, how do they do this? Because we did talk about it. Or real quick, I guess we'll talk about this. We did talk about it off camera, but the purchasing of the perks, because people do tell me, like, oh, wow, you're doing it wrong, or that's not. And then, Michael right now, the little speech he gave me, I was like, no, I'm right. I mean, he's right. Like I feel like when you're committed to, like, I guess getting a perk like acting or anything like an associate producer, it really makes you kind of, I don't know. It makes you feel like you're more involved. Like you want to see this project going. You want to help it. You want to give it birth. And I don't know. I think I like to just kind of share a little bit of that topic, because I think a lot of people would be a little bit more like not being so intimidated and be like, I should do this. I need to, because you're really like an actor. Not really, like you are. You're an actor. You're traveling. You're doing it. And I see it as like, I've done so many auditions and I don't get the part. So this kind of helps me out a little bit. Just kind of like, hey, if I am an actor and I am going to good, let me show up with my talent, or let me show up as a professional and just help this movie get where it needs to be. Because, they're going to film with or without me, right? So might as well do my part. And if purchasing it, I'm there for it. So if y'all have anything to say about that, or you have anything, because I honestly think if somebody wants to be an actor or wants to learn to get more exposure or more set experience, I feel this is the best way to do it.
definitely.
Yeah.
Man,
I did the whole IndieGoGo perk with LC Holt's movie Watchdog coming out, where I do a little voiceover in that and paid into the campaign because, I like the stuff that LC's directed, the stuff that he's been in. And super nice guy. I've had him on the show, my show, a few times. And, you know, I also, my wife's like, when I told her that this is what I wanted to do, because he had offered, he was like, man, I'll make a special perk for you. He was like, he already knew what I sounded like because he had previously been on the podcast. He was like, and I think this is just going to be perfect. Okay. All right. If you think so, man. All right. So I mentioned it to my wife, and she gives me that look, like you mentioned, CJ, that it's like, wait a minute, you're doing this wrong. Hold on, you're supposed to be doing voiceovers and getting paid, not paying to do voiceovers. You can already talk for free. Why are you paying? And I had to kind of explain to her, sometimes this is just what you got to do to kind of get that exposure, as you mentioned, Michael, before we, went live, because it does help with exposure, because you never know that one paying in perk to, act or do a voiceover or just, in whatever, and somebody sees you, another director sees you and is like, man, I seen you in that. It could be your first time on screen, which my character in the Haunted Asylum, it will be my first time, on screen and on set.
Awesome.
But I'm, playing David Stoner, so it shouldn't be too hard, man.
I don't know. I don't
I
know
think I got the vibe, but I'm practicing, but I'm always in character, I mean, it's kind of hard to come out of character, yeah.
Yeah, no, I
forgot
think
where I was going though, but yeah, oh yeah, the exposure and everything. So who knows? Somebody may see LC's movie and be like, "Man, I like that little narration there."
yeah, we gotta hear from Tanya. Definitely got a face for radio, bro. LOL. Just kidding. Love you.
Aw.
It's a sibling rivalry when I'm trying to do a show, man.
Video killed the radio star.
I know, right? I remember when that came out. Dating myself, ain't it?
It says yes, it will be the same vibe but amped up. Oh, for the movie, awesome. That would
Yeah. Yeah.
So and
That's
like
what I figured. Yeah.
yeah, so I think it's great to be part of that. Like, and I also think it's like a guaranteed that you'll be able to be part of a movie set, which I think it's
Yeah.
a lot of these. I haven't really been on something that hasn't been completed yet, or hasn't really. I guess I've done my part, but I haven't seen anything not been like I guess on Indiegogo not been made. So to me, it's like it's always going to be a good advantage to have something at least in 2 years from now. Oh, I did this thing and I have it here. I like that. I like showing that because it's all at least it shows that you did something. I guess I don't know because I've been acting for a very long time, and it's like a lot of the stuff I have. I was like, man, I acted so much at a point that I didn't even like ask for like copies or anything. I was just doing it, and then I realized I was like, oh, I don't have anything for real. Oh wait, what was I doing? What were we doing? What was it? I was just having a good time, and before you know it, it goes by fast.
Well, that was one of the first things when the Hellvira on the Run DVD, I got my copy out there in the living room. I was like, I got to have it, I was a part of it, whatever small part of it was, it was like a huge part, for me. And, my wife and kids, they all know that. They let me gloat, and it's like, you had like 20 seconds, dude. I know, but man, I freaking nailed it, man.
But you know what? It takes everyone together to make.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
stars are not stars without great co-stars, and co-stars are not great co-stars without their side characters for them to play off of. If your side characters, your co-stars are not pulling their weight, it's going to show. And no matter how good the stars do or the co-stars do in their roles, respectively, it won't be the same unless theirs are pulling the same weight. And there have been so many great movies that people have seen where the small roles. I mean, a good example, Coming to America.
Uh,
He just was a robber in McDonald's, and look at where he went from there.
yeah. They saw he gets to keep yelling. I yell. It's like, yeah, but we know, man. But dude, that is, you're right. That's a good. I mean, Louis Anderson. You know, in
Yeah.
that movie, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, first you start, then you get the fries, then you start making the big bucks.
Yeah.
You know, like as a kid, you know, I do open mics, which I didn't get to do my open mic tonight because I was focusing on this because this is my show, right? But there's open mic down the street. But you know, stand up, I got introduced to Louis Anderson, George Carlin, and then like, and then you know, Def Jam comedy. So I have like, kind of that as a child, I was this that. But you know, watching that movie and seeing Louis Anderson in that, and just being like, look where he had got to, even before he passed. You know, he I think it was at Baskets or something. He got like a Tony or an Emmy or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he's doing a great job, just as something that's small. But yeah, I like the no small parts, and definitely your sister says here, I showed it to everyone. I know your movie, your part. That's love. That's love.
Mhm.
Thank you. Yeah, you know, but I mean,
Aw.
it is true. Like, honestly, there's anything like from like you know, 3 seconds to 3 minutes to whatever time. I think
Yeah.
once you're in it, you're in it.
Yeah, that I mean, and that's what LC told me, you know, because you know, we were chatting back and forth, and I guess the my message, the verbiage was, you know, something along the lines of, well, you know, I know, you know, my part's just, you know, a small part, and he basically said, ain't no small parts in my movies, no small part, every part, regardless of length on the screen, has a significant piece to this whole puzzle to make the movie. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Desert Fiends. I'm in there for like 10 seconds, maybe 15, but it's been pretty cool because I came out of it with you know, I got killed there, but I came out with you know, me, Scotty and Carrie, and like it's been cool. We've been like just chatting on social media and like what movie we're gonna get killed in next, and it's all through like IndieGoGo. You know, I took my brother with me, so it was the first movie set he had been on. I was like,
That's
look, I have
awesome.
I have my stunt double, but
Right.
look, I'll share this with you though, because that's so I was killed in this movie, but my brother, that was the first set. We actually, so the movie was filmed on my part was March 30th. My birthday was March 29th, and my brother turned 21 on April 1st. And I was like, it's in Vegas, let's just do it up. So we got like two of his friends. We got all our pennies together, and we all went to Vegas. But you know, he was on set, and then right when we got there, they're like, "Hey, we need extras. You two guys you're in it, so you have to have your back to the camera every time." But like my brother was right on some parts, like right in front of the camera, and I was like, "Well, because you know, you got to be part of it." I didn't. To me, I was like, "Cool." I'd done it so much, but for him, it was a big deal, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome. That's pretty cool." And then, well, I'm actually going to be in another. Doing so I did. I did Desert Fiends. We did that one, and then in late May I did Pancake Man, which I was just a security guard. I think I'm in it for like 3 or 4 seconds. I get shot. That's it. But I was in that, so I just kept kind of seeing what else I could do. Another movie I'll be in, and we're filming in September, is Critters. So I have a part. So yeah, this is Robbie Lopez film. We're filming in Kansas.
What?
Yeah, so you know, I grew up watching Critters. I love it, and then now that they have this going, I'm like, you know what, dude, I love that. They have so many Critters. They're all on Tubi right now. So if y'all want to catch up on your latest Critters movies, watch Tubi. And
that's cool.
you know, and
I'm
as
definitely
you
checking that out.
yeah, and as you watch them, what do you call it? Like I like that I can like eventually show my son those, and then I can be like, hey, look, I'm in this movie with this fan film that got somewhere, or I mean, just, we made it. You know, it's kind of cool. And but that being said, I got that going. But also I signed up for another one, and what do you call it? My brother's he's gonna be in this one too. They're doing the Friday the 13th Blood Loss.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a part in this, and we're gonna be filming that one sometime soon. But my brother got a perk in that one too, so it's kind of cool. I'm kind of showing him how to progressively figure this out, and he's just been like, oh, I don't care, bro, whatever. What do you think? I'm like, I don't think you want to do it. Like, you know, man, like you gotta pay for it. I'm not, but I like that also. I'm here to sharing it with you guys, and you guys already like, yeah, we get it. You know, it's this is like the whole thing about my show is a little safe space where I can. It's a show and tell. I can show people what I've been up to. Let's see, Otis, I'll be on your stunt double. Wait. How are the dreads? That's all that matters. Awesome Critters is the bomb. Yeah, man, I love Critters. Yeah, Critters was yeah. I just when I saw it, I also saw Critters 2 first. So the first thing I saw was the Easter Bunny scene. So that was my introduction to Critters. I was like, oh damn, better zip up before I go outside to pee. But and it's and depending where Morgan goes with this, your guys' features, and if you get sequels. And then you just, if it's something you guys can just keep growing or make a universe, there's so much things you can do with this nowadays.
I think Hellvira, I think that universe has a really good foundation to, work off of for quite a few movies. It could spin off into a lot of different directions, I believe. That's my opinion by everybody going, I'm guessing you agree.
Yeah. I like the playfulness. And it's like Michael said, like it's like a horror movie with no kills that really grabs my attention.
Although I would like to pitch to Morgan, I would love to be killed on film in one of your films if you don't mind. I mean,
we don't need to split up. No, man, I need to smoke this joint over here.
Don't kill me yet, man.
You got sit down, dude.
To remind that if you're going to kill me in your films, it better be done by Mr. Nanners, or I will be.
All right.
Well, Bone Ripper's got to help. You can team up.
Tell us how a Mr. Nanners fatality would go. He just kind of choke you there. Or just there you go.
Thing happening.
Right.
Give him a bunch of hickeys.
I love this. She's with it. Please do that. It'd be fun to watch. Maybe behind the scenes. You know what? When y'all are doing
is thick, man. You can cut it with a knife.
when y'all
is in the air.
When y'all are doing the behind the scenes, we'll get a behind the scene death Mr. Nanners death scene. Let's see here. So I got it right here. And for everybody out there who's watching, you can go to the IndieGoGo campaign. And they still got 2 weeks. We got 14 days. They got 53 backers. We're at 20%. A lot of the information is right here, and I mean everything. Go for it, Shaun.
They can also watch the Hellvira on the Run. There's a link to watch that movie for free.
Oh, here it is. That's what you're
so
saying.
So they can, I'm sorry, the crowdfunding. There's a link in my description too. So they can see what they're getting into.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely, so when you come to the site and you come look, it'll have everything here that keeps you up to date. Hey, who's that? What do we have here? Yeah, so it's cool. I like that. So if anybody's interested, see what perks we have here. Thank you for $5. We can do an IMDb special thanks for $20. So we're gonna go through all these. Digital screener, and that's the movie, right? It's like a download. Is that what that is?
Yeah, see it before everybody else.
Oh, okay, cool. There, so it's like see it before everyone else does. There's the DVD. Now I still love hard media. Like I need to purchase all the movies I'm in.
Too.
I need to purchase a lot of the movies I'm in so I could have them because they're there. I love it.
Once told me something that I didn't even think about until he broke it down for me. He said physical media will always be the purest form for every director's vision because once it goes to a distributioner, they have the rights to cut anything they want out of it and chop it up to the way they want to. Just the same as when they give it to the streaming sites, they also have the right to cut anything out of it that they don't want on their platform. So the only way you're ever going to fully see the director's full vision is through the physical media copy, because that's one of the only few untapped things that they can't touch.
Yeah. No, you're right. I think that's true. That's like because I don't think we ever need to like change anything. I think it just needs to be either adapted, evolved, or not really left behind, but just more left at a point. That's what it was at that point in time, I don't know. A lot of people do find that. Yeah, because I never thought about anybody doing that. Like this offended me. I'm gonna just cut this out of this movie. It's like what?
Yeah.
What? Really? You can do that? I don't know. You're ruining the movie. It's like leave the art alone.
That's the great thing about indie films too, though. these
Exactly.
people doing it, they're able to show what they want done.
You do, yeah, you're right. And like I said, I'm watching. Like I said, the graphics and the animation in this is great. The makeup was amazing. So watching Elvira on the Run is going to definitely give everybody a good notion of where we're headed, where we're going. Blu-ray combo only $60. Naughty List. What's this? $100. There's one more to claim. Thank you for your support of our project. For your donation, this perk, your name will be on Santa Claus Naughty List on screen. IMDb special thank you credit on screen. Also, download the PDF scripts. Included items are thank you, IMDb special thanks, Naughty List, and PDF script bonus. So there's one perk left for $100. You can be on the Naughty List. So sponsored dinner. This is something I think is very important. For film.
KFC.
Good timing. Good timing. 2 off beef patties on the sesame seed.
Otis is hungry.
Dang, man. So sponsor cast dinner $100. Thank you for your support of our project. For your donation to this perk, you will have the option of sponsoring a cast dinner for IMDb assistant credit. The dinner will be held in your honor. We may even thank you in a video. Wow. Also download the PDF poster and scripts. Well, that's not bad.
Thanks for the crispy.
We're gonna get you some good food down here. We're gonna get you Chicken Express or golden chick. We're gonna get you some golden chick. I bet none of y'all ever had that. That's gonna be here for you. Wait, now I'm gonna show up with the 44-piece chicken tenders. Thank you. So this is gonna be a thank you, PDF poster, PDF scripted bonus, and sponsor cast. So we also have Hellvira's Ring of Abomination. There's only one of these. This is important. For $120. There's only one. Thank you for your support of our project. For your donation to this perk, you will receive Hellvira's Ring of Abominations that was used on screen. IMDb special thank you credit and on screen. Hellvira Movies Combo DVD, Blu-ray, and PDF script. PDF Pervert Magazine. Whoa.
And don't let me forget to tell you about that.
Tell me now.
The Pervert Magazine.
Let's do it. What's this Pervert Magazine about?
August 1st, there's going to be a Kickstarter to where you can, I believe you can make your own character, basically, and you'll get a IMDb credit, and you'll be in the magazine that'll be used on screen.
Does this character has to be like a clown or?
Well, it's a Pervert Magazine.
Oh,
you do whatever.
Oh man! All right.
Well, I'm still thinking about doing where I'm wearing the mask and wearing my boxer briefs and doing Burt Reynolds Playboy pose.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow! You're going to be on the naughty list.
Yeah. I might be in it. We'll see.
I did a picture.
To find out.
I sent Morgan a picture, and it must have been so bad that he completely like photoshopped like everything about me. I mean, that picture is not me at all, man. I got the dad bod from hell kicking it, man.
Oh, he looks better.
The pop bod, you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I told him. I said I'd have to lose some shape or get in shape. But I guess round is a shape.
Like, I'm like, quit looking at my picture like that. That's not me.
Ideas.
Making so much, Mary.
We're gonna get. So you mean to tell me that we're going to get? Oh, sorry. Here we go. Stop sharing this. Sorry. So we're gonna get Shaun Smithson wearing doing the Burt Reynolds, doing this one. So we're gonna get.
You're a quick Googler.
Whoa.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, but I'll have the Bone Ripper mask on and
all right.
and some boxer briefs.
How do I sign up for that perk? How do I get you to do that? How do we get you to do
I'm being pimped out now.
We're gonna have here the special edition Shaun Smithson VHS cover. Goes full bone ripper. We're gonna call it. Actually, you're called the boner ipper. So,
Boner ipper.
You're the boner ipper. Right? So we're gonna call you that.
Oh
So
my.
we're gonna do this one now. Hell yeah! CJ Robles gets pervert credit. I know my own kind. So we got. I like the fact that Hollywood is not involved with indie films. Yes, that's a big deal. Okay, so that being said, that if Hollywood's not involved, so that doesn't. That means you can still screen your movie at the theaters, right?
Oh, absolutely. One of our last films, we got to play at the Alamo Draft House out in Winchester, Virginia. But yeah, I mean, the majority of movies that even Sean and I have done have gotten some type of a theater release. It's usually small scale, like, as far as like you're not getting a worldwide viewing.
Yeah,
but,
I got you.
But you can still get to the major theaters and actually get decent time slots for all of them. It's just a matter of like how many you can get at a time.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good. Yeah, that's why, man. I know I'm doing the right thing. There's where we're at. We got another Dave's not here, man.
Oh, yeah.
Your sister's over here. She's blowing your mind. Otis, your picture was so low res, I had to enhance it to 640 by
you
480.
enhanced it,
It's
my
not
friend.
Great quality.
You most certainly did.
Oh, gotcha. But I mean, yeah. So let's get. I just want to finish up this campaign. This is going great. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight.
Oh, thank you for.
Yeah. So we got there's the Skull associate producer for $150. We have 0 claimed. We're gonna have to get some people on this one. Thank you for support of our project. Your donation to this perk, you will receive an associate producer to IMDb credit and end credit. Now, I think for $150 for an IMDb credit, associate, I think it's good. I think if you're interested in being an actor or filmmaker, wanting to learn how to get in on this, I think that's a good way to get started, because I want to say you get a lot of behind the scenes from the filmmakers. Is this what's going to happen with this one, with this associate producer? Is it going to be able to? Are they going to be interacting while the filmmaking is going on, or is it just going to be more? I don't know. All the ones I've had, they bring us along for the journey. Is it kind of like what this is going to be about? Or do you have any information on that?
I have no idea. Dave's not here.
Well. I mean, what I'm trying to say is just like for anybody who's, y'all don't have to answer, but for anybody that's interested in learning a little bit more about filmmaking, a lot of these producer credits, you will get it on your IMDb, which is good, and 2, you'll get, I guess, to see how the engine works sometimes. Hopefully, Morgan, they do that, and they'll kind of help you out a little bit. Like I did the Evil 3. CJ Vecchio's movie, and I was associate producer on that, and he definitely pretty much held my hand through the whole thing. Hey, this is what we're doing. This is what's going on. We have a death scene for here. What do you think? What do y'all think? Like, he brings us all together, all the producers. So I thought that was a cool perk. Other movies that I've associate produced, I've gotten the behind the scenes like this, and I thought that was really cool. Here's the Sani Claus journal. What is that? Is that just Is this the naughty list that you want to be on?
Yeah, I'll show you. I've got kind of the same thing. If I remember where I put it. I know that's going to be a screen used prop, and it's going to have names in it. And I have one that's similar to it, and it's that cloth
cool.
linen, or the paper linen, and I write all my weird stuff in here. All my weird poems or stuff, but yeah, it's so he's got a different one, and they're not inexpensive for these, so it's a really cool book to have.
That's awesome. All right, that's
good.
That's good.
And I think, and if I'm correct, I think that'll be the screen use prop that'll have people's names in it.
Awesome.
Very cool.
That are on the naughty list.
Well, that's good, man. I think, I think for what it takes to get to be able, let me get you out of here, to be in a movie and to get it all going. I think it takes a lot of moving pieces, but here's here's the chance for anybody who's watching this and anyone wants to help contribute. This is your chance. Like, this is a good way to help independent filmmakers, independent actors, independent people, producers get their start. And I'm already gonna be an hour. I don't want to take y'all too long. Or sometimes this show can go 2.5 hours, and I don't really want to. I don't want to take all y'all's time. But if you want to promote something, or if you want to do your shout outs on your social medias, or if you just want to talk a little bit more about the movie, just let me know. I'm here for you guys. Because y'all have already answered a lot of the questions that I've had, and I've answered a lot of the questions I was asking, and a lot of the I don't know, it was great just sharing the experiences of other campaigns that y'all have had, and knowing that y'all have experience. So this one's going to be a really, I guess, want to say in good hands campaign. So if anybody's interested in wanting to help out, this will be fun.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
And on the indie horror spectrum, I just like to throw out before I forget. There's a pretty good online publication called Indie Horror Junkie, and they do I want to say monthly, and actually Hellvira Savet. I hope I pronounced that right. Did I Morgan gave us the pronunciation, and I hope I pronounced that right. But anyway, Hellvira herself was on the cover of their second issue, and they did a big write up about Hellvira and the whole project. And I just out of the blue just decided that's how I get all these, little voiceover things. I just decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to message Indie Horror Junkie, find out if they've ever, had the idea of doing a Indie Horror Junkie podcast, something directly affiliated, with their magazine and what they got going on. I said, if you have, I'd like to be your host. And so coming soon on their they just started a YouTube channel called the Indie Horror Junkie Podcast, which is where all of the shows will be at, and it will be indie horror like nobody's dove into it before. I mean, actors, directors. I mean, just all the latest in indie horror that you're going to need to know. You can get through that magazine as well as through that podcast that yours truly will be hosting. So I'll be posting stuff out there. I'm looking hopefully about maybe the 1st of August, the first week of August. So, but I want to make sure I get it right. So it should be a fun ride.
That's
Awesome,
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
so
awesome.
you never know, man. Just like I got this pug. Oh, come on. What are you doing here, buddy? Here, get your chair.
Yeah, you never know. It always happens, dude.
I know, right? He's such an attention whore, Thank you, naughty nanners. Yeah, so you never know. Just like we've kind of mentioned with these IndieGoGo perks, where you can get involved in the film and whatever they are offering. You never know where that's going to go. You got to take chances. It ain't just going to fall in your lap. Take a little chance. If it doesn't go the way you wanted it, well, give it another shot. Who knows? I mean,
Yeah.
or just reevaluate. Am I good for this? I mean, sometimes it takes that because you want it so bad, and you just may not be the right person for it. I mean, it just happens.
Yeah. And then consistency, just getting it done, and then
Sure.
throwing it out there. It's always like to me like the message in a bottle. Just kind of throw it out there, and hopefully somebody finds it and they like it, and they send it out, give it to somebody else.
Right.
But I mean, it's already we've been here an hour. I don't want to take anybody else's time. If you guys want to do any shout outs, I don't know. I want to keep talking, but I don't want to like I said, I don't want. I could do a 2-hour show real easy if anybody wants to on. But this is gonna be what do you call it? Morgan Wellborn film. It's gonna be shot here in Texas, and I want to say thank you for the cast, some of the cast for coming out and being on my show tonight and educating me a little bit more about how an IndieGoGo is run and how to be with a good cast, good people to be around, and I appreciate y'all. I'm kind of having a hard time figuring how to how to end this because I got questions and I don't know if I need to keep talking about the campaign or if I want to keep talking about individual stuff because I'm like, wait, I like where everybody's at right now. I see all this talent. I kind of just want to pop the lid off for anything else. But yeah, that's just how I work. This show is very organic, and the reason it's called the interactive vlog is because it's just me talking half the time, and then if anybody wants to talk, they can interrupt. And they're like Mr. Nanners, plug slasher nurse Michael. What is that? What is that? We talked about it earlier, right? We talked about it earlier.
Yep, that is one we're currently crowdfunding for. It's actually Slasher 15's biggest crowdfunder yet. We are $450 away from hitting 55,000.
That's just
wow.
amazing.
And this is through IndieGoGo?
Yes, it is. It's still up. We've just begun filming. I'd say we're probably in the realm of we're about 17% of the footage shot. But we're still going strong here. That we're going to keep the IndieGoGo up until we're done filming because, sometimes, people are a little uneasy about wanting to do crowdfunders, and we want to give everyone a fair shake and a fair chance to still be a part of it. So we keep it open. That way, when they see the behind-the-scenes photos and they see all the fun we're doing and they get to see some of the cool shots that are going to be in the film, it gets more people more public. Oh, my God, like they're in this already. They're doing this. Like, I want to be a part of this. And, well, you still have an opportunity to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm looking through this right now. This is awesome. I see you got Jim Crut here, Helicopter Zombie. He's been on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Phyllis Rose. You got let's talk about in what do you call it? In Hellvira's we have who do we you have oh no, you already talked about it. Sorry, I'm getting another one. Sorry, that was my fault. I was thinking of two different things. But like because on the campaign here now you have Beverly Randolph and Brian Burmer from the Pumpkinhead.
Oh, yep. And we also just recently signed on Diana Prince, a.k.a. Darcy the Hill Girl from the Joe Bob Show.
Nice. Yeah, see, this is so cool. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going over it real quick, looking it over. That's such an awesome campaign. Y'all started on March 24th. So not bad. So just keep it going. Yeah, and I think it's important as even if you get the producing credits for any IndieGoGo, that seeing a lot of the behind the scenes is really cool because in time people are doing something that you're getting together, doing it together, and it's a big piece. Like I said earlier, and I like that's like I don't know. I like production stills. I love production stills. I love I like seeing when you see the raw like footage in the back where you can kind of see just them kind of figuring it out. I love that because when you see it in a movie, it's like perfect, it's done, it's over with. But I like seeing that how we got there,
No, I agree.
That was always something that I loved growing up was watching like the behind the scenes and how they make movies and things like that. I still love it. Every once in a while, I'll go to YouTube and just punch in, the making of and just pick a movie. And that's probably one of the biggest reasons I'm excited to film Hellvira's Haunted Asylum of Horror. And that's just to be on set, just to see how things, run and then, see it from all different angles. Of course, we've all watched, movies and we see the end result, but none of us get to see exactly all the little steps, that go into making 1 5-minute scene or, just how intense that is. And I would love to, I can't wait. So, you got to get over there and support this.
Yeah, exactly. Bloopers are the absolute best. Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, and I think just what do you call it? Like this show that I started, it's I was on the Indie Escape Network, and I kind of just did my own thing, kind of pulled it off, and it's finding its own its own thing, its own people and people that are like kind of just having the common ground medium here. But one thing is like as we're doing, I met Brian O'Halloran from Clerks. He had a show called The O'Halloran, and I just kind of just piggybacked off his show, kind of did this the way he does it. And I kind of I've interviewed him and I've talked to him. I'd be like, yeah, dude, I stole your show. He's like, go for it. And that's why I thought he was cool about it. I was like, dude, I don't know. I saw your show a lot. You have all these episodes, and I want to do that. And after meeting him, but it was only because through the independent circuit, through people like that, people like I would have never guessed that he would like be so down to earth and be able to like to talk to me about stuff, and Scott Schiaffo from Clerks as well, Julie's Gum guy, and then like people like I met Jim Crut through all that, like they're all like David Madison, great filmmakers. Everybody's just a network that I never would have thought about, using the internet, and kind of using it for what it's for, to bring together, create, and grow, and sustain the little bit of knowledge here, and then use it, apply it. But like I think I just love I love hearing everybody's stories, set stories. I love, if it's anything, I like also doing cameo, and I like asking like certain actors or producers, like, on this set what happened, and then they'll tell you, or they'll give you a little story, and you're like, wow, or they'll tell you something. They don't want to talk about that, but they'll talk about something similar, and I'm like, oh, okay, because it builds confidence in me, because I do have Murphy's Law. So every time I want to do a movie, it just kind of just falls apart, and I have to pick up the pieces while we're going, and I'm like, oh, why is this happening? It's like, at this point in my life, I'm like, I'm like, it's just gonna happen. Just go forward. But once I start hearing other people's stories and other people's journeys and how I'm like, it's part of the show, baby. You gotta take it with some salt, and you keep going. So as much as I can, I would just love to make movies all day. I think I have a obnoxious quote on my website. It says, I would watch more movies if I didn't have to make them. So I think a little bit obnoxious, but I think I like that, because it's like I love movies. And it's kind of cool too. My son, who's only 5, he's picked up that sense of watching movies, and we watch movies together now. So I'm like, I could take him to the theater, and he's like, all right, we're gonna watch this one. Like we bought Mario Brothers on Friday, and we've watched it like 30 times already.
Love it.
Yeah, I love watching it. But I was able to take him to the movies to watch Mario Brothers there. So he has that, like, we just watched it when it opened, and then he has that memory. And also, like, we're slowly telling him that I'm an actor, and he's like, wait, you do movies? And it's like, because he saw me on the YouTube, like my thumbnail on the YouTube, like, why is Dad's picture there? And I click it, and it takes me to these little movies, and I'm like, Dad, you do movies? I'm like, we'll talk about it. Listen to me, and we'll talk about it. Like, do as I say, and we'll talk about it. Because God, I'm learning, like, you're a lot like me, and this is hard. But I think it's great for the next generation to just kind of keep seeing, and for people to keep going. Because we don't. This is hard. I gotta tip my hat to y'all, because even as y'all are working it and figuring it out, it gets tough. But getting to the end, and I'm sure y'all are gonna get there. So I'm happy that y'all are taking the time, and we get to talk about it. And hopefully we have 2 weeks left on the IndieGoGo campaign. So if anybody's interested in volunteering, and I'm not volunteering, I'm donating, and getting to see a good perk, and getting an associate producer, I recommend it, because I got mine, and it's been getting me a good it's put me on a good path. So so we got a few lines here. We got a few people. What is this saying? I'm working on a script myself called Horrormare Hospital, based in a sanitarium in the mid '60s. What?
Very cool.
Nice.
Ooh, I wanna watch.
But to go with the theme,
Sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
I wanna watch. We did talk about this because we're talking about on our podcast. Avatar, is it a period piece? Because it's kind of digital, but it's kind of fantasy. But I look at it as like, because 1960s right here. That's like a great. How do you bring that into the? How do you bring that back? How do you replicate?
Oh, hey guys, when did you get here?
Nice to join.
dude, you've been here for the last 25 minutes. What?
Oh man, did I get an A? Well, what's I'm gonna pull the pin here. So I want to say thank you. I'm gonna drop y'all out, and thank you for coming. I want to appreciate y'all for if I can help y'all with anything
for
else.
having us.
Yeah, if anything else I could help out with social media or anything, or just kind of promote y'all's movie a little bit more, I'll try. Because like I said, Sean's been a big fan of this show for a long time. He was one of my first just only guests at multiple times. So anything I could do for help him out, I'm here for him, and here for y'all.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I would love to see. And you are going to be in Texas, man. I love movies that are being made in Texas, because it's I'm here. I'm one of the guys. So like I may not have to be in your movie, but I want to support your movie. I want you to know that hospitality will be here when y'all arrive. See, it says kill Dave, man. Just
Oh,
kidding.
man.
Just be him a little bit so he can be in the next one. Oh, that hurts. So man, that's great. Well, thank y'all for coming by. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, CJ.
No problem. Boom, boom. I had great guests tonight. That's some great guests. Thank you. We were talking about movies. I love it. I love talking about movies. I love talking about how we get there. I like making them. My schedule's now starting to get me a little bit more open to do other things. But before I end the show, I want to say thank you out there for watching. I saw we got a consistent 8 people in here. So what do we? Oh, just talk about real quick. I brought up Gallagher for the motivational quote because it's kind of payaso, kind of a clown. So why not, right? I've spent my life paying attention to my art form, worrying about my show and what I am bringing to the people, making sure I give them a fine trade. And I saw this photo and I was like, that's perfect. That's all Gallagher right there. That's that really explains who he is. But the reason I picked Gallagher was because it's just, if you ever see his comedy, especially when I was a kid watching him, I was like, man, this guy's different. He's doing humor, he's doing slapstick, he's doing physical comedy, and he's doing such a great job. But I gotta say, he's unique. So when I was watching the Hellvira movie, I was like, that's a unique movie. This is awesome. This is something I think these guys will this team of or this cast will love. And Gallagher, he made it, and he's doing it. Let's see, we got some Mr. Nanners. What'd you say? Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Nanners. This was a fun. Thank you, I appreciate it. I saw Gallagher live in 1998. Oh, awesome. Yeah. There was back when in 2005, I was in San Marcos right here, not too far south of Austin. I was going to school at Texas State University, and a buddy of mine invited me to go have drinks out with them in some I don't know, country area, Texas. And I said, nah, I'm not going to do it. And then my buddy came back later that night, super happy. He was just laughing, and he was like, dude, I went out here and my buddy's uncle is someone famous, and I don't know if you know him. I go, who's his uncle? He was like, it's Gallagher. I was like, what? He said, yeah, Gallagher lives out here. That's his uncle. I go, no way. What? How was he? He goes, well, he was pretty cool at first, but then the Maximum came out with the 100 funniest comics, and he was number 100, and he was pissed. So he was looking at it going through 1 through 99 and being like, this guy's funnier than me. Carrot Top's funnier than me. And that the whole time he was just complaining and telling my friends. I was like, man, I would have loved to have drinks and get drunk with Gallagher and do that. Shaun, thank you, CJ. We appreciate it. I can't wait to learn and act with an amazing cast, and with Morgan Wilborn. Directing is going to be amazing. It is. It's gonna. The short was amazing. The other things he's got, he knows what he's doing. Can't wait to see it. But yeah. So what else? Another thing is, a couple weekends ago, one of my friends' wife had her citizenship party. And my brother and I went. So there we were. There's my stunt double. They took a little photo on a Polaroid, so I just snapped it like that. But it was the one thing I liked about this party was it was cool was they had we had a couple of improv actors in the house. So we were you could have some good times with some couple improvers just sitting around talking for about an hour and joking. So I thought that was a good time we had. But I think it was awesome. But so don't forget, I'm still working on my my Bruce Campbell, that one time at Bruce Campbell video. I got to get that one up and running. I got a lot on the plate, so I'm trying to get it when I can. And editing takes a lot of time to sit still. Also, don't worry, I'll start posting stuff about being in Critters, All You Can Eat. So we got that campaign still going. And also we got another campaign going, Friday the 13th, Blood Loss. I'll be in this one as well. So I got some movies coming up. I got some things to do. Got some practicing to do, but thank you for everybody watching the show tonight. Thank you for the cast of Hellvira's Haunted Asylum of Horror. Sorry about that. And thank you for everybody who's watching. So if you have any questions, come on the show and we can come and ask. If you ever have any movie acting, any advice, maybe I can give it to you, or maybe I can show you the right direction. But yeah, so thank you for everybody, and we'll see you next week. I will have, what do we have next week? We got some stuff to talk about because we got movies to make, and fall's always a good time to film in Texas because it's not as hot. But all right, thank you everybody. Oh, we gotta wait. Comment. Oh, Chandra, thank you thank you for coming on. I appreciate you for being here, making the show a lot better when we have guests. It's always fun. So be my guest. Be my guest. We'll get. I'll remember it just the best. Anyways. Oh wait, this is the way I gotta end it. The old school way. Do it here. That was the old song. And don't forget, Wayward Soul is did the intro song to My Manic Mondayz. I'm tired. So don't forget to follow and subscribe, Wayward Soul. But yeah, everybody, thank you for coming on to My Manic Mondayz, Movies and Mental Health Show. I'm your host, CJ Robles. This is the interactive vlog, so I'll keep you updated what I've been up to, career-wise, acting-wise, movie-wise, just movies in general. But all right, everybody, peace.